you are victorious.
You leveled up. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Only 14 more levels before you're within secret boss range. You received a haunch of meat. A haunch. All right, now you're ready to talk to the elder. There might be a few more enemies you can fight. I don't know. Well, that's up to you what you want to do.
Quit your crap.
Or maybe it is ran out. Yeah. Yeah, I think you might just have to come back later if you actually want to grind. Unless, oh no, there's still some guys up there. Okay. But yeah, I remember my first time playing FF6 and just like, it might honestly be like my favorite. It's like, I guess it's kind of hard to like convey into words. Like FF7's really good. Like I don't want to take that away from FF7, but I feel like a lot of its FF7 status comes from it being like probably the, if not one of just the first 3D JRPGs, right?
Yeah.
And it still has a great story, has a great aesthetic. But it's like, if we're looking at like original, and I don't want to like sit there and be like too harsh, because like comparing how FF6 looks to FF7, like now if you ask somebody like in the late 90s, early 2000s, of course they're gonna give that like shitlord like answer of just like, well, obviously FF7 because it's 3D. I'm like, yeah, but like actually look at it though. Like how good did it actually look, especially looking back? But at the same time, it's like I don't want to like unfairly compare a like first generation, like antiquated, like the first attempt at making a 3D JRPG to, hey, here's FF6 after Square has had like a decade's worth of experience of making really good looking pixel art games.
Yes.
But I would say like Sephiroth is like an interesting villain, but like overall I like Kefka more. One, because he actually like achieves his goal before, you know, you come back and actually whoop his ass. Because like Sephiroth is like, I'm gonna become a god, blah blah. Like also, I'm gonna rewrite everything, and Kefka like actually becomes a god and like sends the world into ruin. I don't know. There's so much stuff you can talk about with FF6, but it's like that's like of all the classics, I think that'd be like my one. If they were to make a full 3D remake and retell that story, like that would be the one I want it to be, because it's so. I mean, plus I'm super biased because that was my first Final Fantasy game.
Mine was actually Final Fantasy 2.
Pause for a second. Oh, wait. Oh. And we're back, sorry.
Yeah.
Looked over and we've been recording with some weird looking graphic quality issue on OBS for some freaking reason. So the first one, okay, so did you originally play like the app? So I don't think you actually played like the original FF2. You played 5 that got ported here as FF2.
No, it was original FF2 for the Super Nintendo.
I don't want to fact check you, but I'm...
Go ahead, man. And then right after that, I played...
I think the original FF2, like the actual original FF2 was on NES.
No, the original Final Fantasy 2 was on Super Nintendo. Because it took that long from the original Final Fantasy game, which I didn't get to play till after 2 and 3, which they had already started developing 3 because it wasn't that long.
So you played what was titled FF2 on Super Nintendo.
Yes.
Yeah, so you actually played Final Fantasy, was it 4?
Well, later become 4.
Well, no, it was 4. But the thing is the original 1, 2, 3 never got ported here. They started with Actually, no, the first 2 didn't get ported here. I think 3 did, but they didn't think the game was going to sell if it was called 3. And since no one had played the first 2, so they called that one Final Fantasy 1 here in the West, even though it was the third one. And then 4 came out here as 2 originally. But then on re-releases...
When did Final Fantasy 1 come out?
Original Final Fantasy 1?
For the NES.
Final Fantasy came out, original one, it came out Famicom, NES, originally in Japan, 1987, and then in 1990 in North America, and then was re-released PlayStation. Oh, the PlayStation?
Oh, yes.
Well, yeah, but yeah, that was like 2003, which is like, I want to say right around the time the PS2 was out by then.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
But it was the end of the PS1 to see how it would do, and then just re-released on digital.
Yeah,
from there on.
But yeah, the original FF2. Yeah, because the only console is the actual Final Fantasy 2 released on was the Famicom, which was the Japanese NES. Wonder Swan, PlayStation, and these are all Japanese releases. Well, PlayStation, it got released here in 2003. I think. Oh yeah, it was the Final Fantasy, I think, Origins bundle. I think. So yeah, I believe you played Final Fantasy 4, but it was titled Final Fantasy 2 here.
Well, I had 2 and 3.
Okay, so yeah, you played. Or it was 5? I don't know, it's weird. Okay, so I believe you played 4, and then I think, yeah, so 3 would have been 5, and then Final Fantasy 4 was actually Final Fantasy 6. And then when they re-released 6 later on, they actually called it FF6. So you played 4 and 5, I believe.
I've played all the Final Fantasy games thus far, with the exception of 11, and each one of them are different.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it'd be really hard. I think there's custom servers you can probably find. Oh yeah, this is in your bedroom. There's custom servers you could try to find. I think there's people trying to keep FF11 alive. I don't remember if it had a PC release.
I have the
PS2
remake,
copies?
the remake for the PS 2. Yeah, I have the remake for the PS2.
Wait, the remake of what?
The remake of 11.
Did they get a remake? Because I think they just they just sent out expansions.
Switch.
They remade 11? Or are you talking about 12? Zodiac Age.
Yes.
Okay, because yeah, 11 was like the first attempt they did at the MMO.
And then 13 was Lightning.
Yeah, I got the trilogy over here on my shelf. Haven't touched it yet. Might wait to play it for this. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, you probably had a chance to go back and play the actual original Final Fantasy games. But I think at release on Super Nintendo, I think you played FF4 and 5,
which was the intention of.
I mean, it was
the United States being 2 and 3.
Yeah, because it was just the misfortune of they didn't release the original ones here on Nintendo, and so they're like, "Oh, no one's gonna buy our game if we say 3 on it," because they'll be like, "Where's the first 2?" Yeah. That's why Earthbound got called Earthbound here when it was Mother 2 in Japan.
Gotcha.
Because we didn't get Earthbound Beginnings till like way later, and then Mother 3 has never gotten official localization here. There's a fan translation you can find and play, but nothing official from good old Nintendo. What else? And then you had, what's the series called? I know it's Saga or something. Might be Romancing Saga or Saga. But when it originally got released here, the first game on Game Boy, it was titled, because I think it was made by Square, they didn't want to risk it underperforming, so they called it Final Fantasy Legend or Legends. That's a weird game. I think they have a collection of it on Steam. They released recently. I thought about getting it, but it's really goofy because like the way the emulator runs, there's the Game Boy screen layout, and then it just looks like original Game Boy graphics. Like, oh, okay. I remember playing that as a kid. Very interesting. You create your party before you go into the tower, and like each layer of the tower, each floor is I think maybe you have to leave in this section and come back in or something. I forget.
Forgetting my special abilities.
Smells like flowers. Can't remember if you're supposed to give her the meat or not.
But I can't get back to the back haystack. There we go.
Yeah, Saga or Final Fantasy Legend, that was a weird game. So you create your party before you even go to this tower. I think you choose between like humans and mutants, and then like maybe it's like hybrids or something. I forget. I just remember all the mutants be really strong, so I would just make a team full of mutants. And then like the final boss is God. And then you're like, God, why did you mess with us? Why did you do this? Why did you treat us like your cosmic playthings? And he's like, because that's what you are, just toys, man. You want to come hang out with me? And like, I'll treat you better. You made it to the end of the game, you know? And you're like, no, fuck you, God. And then you fight him. You beat him. And God looks like a little Jewish man. Or a little Amish man. And you fucking skin his ass raw with a chainsaw. Thanks, Fred Durst. I think you just gotta walk away and let her, like, just take the meat. Otherwise, she's gonna keep throwing boners at you. I hate when women throw boners at me. I think if you go back in, maybe she's eating that schmeat. What's up, Sheldon? You got a mouthful of meat in here? I just feel fucking tea on myself like a fucking Neanderthal. Fucking Pogo, man, is fucking shit starving, man. Look at him.
There you go. And now she's in love.
Don't worry, lady. I'll save you from this beast man.
Oh, and so is he.
Yeah, I was looking at the original version of this game, and I feel like they made her extra horny for this version. He's almost like Scooby-Doo at this point, the way he talks. Roto Reggie? Ree!
Come on, Scoob!
Like Soink Scoob?
Alright, let's go to the...
Where are you going?
I have no clue.
Let's go follow
I keep forgetting
just follow the
to-
orange dot.
Keep forgetting to look at the map.
The radar. I know radar is an acronym, but I forget what, because I don't give a shit about acronyms. Fuck your letters.
That's right, we're gonna take her back to my room.
Scuba diving. Fucking scuba. Hey man, get the fuck out of here. I don't know why. Why is it? I mean, obviously not explain why. It's all ooga boogas, but why the hell is dude just always in front of your room?
Yeah.
Also, why is Pogo lucky enough to get his own room with his buddy, the Beast Man, Ape Boy? That dude has a. I don't know if you noticed yet, but your ape friend has a tri-brow.
Yeah.
When the orange dot is pressing the other way. The orange dot. Orange Fanta. We are not sponsored by Fanta. Remember those old Fanta commercials? All the dancing chicks? Fanta, Fanta, we know you want that. Guess we'll have to find another solution to your problem. You have to go back? Why is it sending you back in that room? God, it's been so... I keep saying it's been so long. It's been like less than a year. Such an exaggeration. Oh, you gotta sneak into the thing? Oh. Yeah, you gotta get in the haystack. Come on, baby. Sneaky, sneaky.
I mean, this is what teenage kids do. They
yeah, sneak girls in the bedroom. Dad, I swear we're just gonna study.
That was before porn, though.
We're just going over anatomy. Okay? Okay, if that's true, then why are nipples out?
Move.
Don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, asshole.
That's how it's done.
Ain't nobody gonna stop me getting my dicky sticky. Okay, I'll go sleep in the corner. He's like, nope. I was just thinking about it, like, I don't know. Imagine you sleep on like a big, like bed of like straw or something, or like whatever the fuck that's supposed to be, and then like with like a big warm pelt. I don't know. Sounds kind of comfy, you know. If I was camping, you know, I'd sleep on that. I don't know. I'm also one of those people, like, I'm not weirdly claustrophobic. Whoa, wait, where's the honey, man? Where's the honey pot, man? Bro, you just hit me? God, my wife, she woke me up once because she like rolled over in her sleep and just fucking BAM! Fucking Anderson Silva elbow straight to the dome. But yeah, I'm one of those people, like, I don't get like claustrophobic. I actually like smaller spaces. Like, I used to watch Ed, Edd n Eddy and stuff. And one episode they had like a clubhouse like hidden in a bush. And everything, it looked crammed and tight and everything like that, but like, I don't know, for some reason, like, I always liked that. So we're like, when I was a kid, I used to like I guess just chill in the closet or whatever and just read or whatever. I don't know, it was weird like that.
I remember those episodes.
Love Ed, Edd n Eddy. I don't know, I bought that the PS2 game not too long ago, and I was like testing it out, just checking it and playing it, and it's like, woof. It's not a bad licensed game, it's still pretty fun, but like, some of it's pretty obtuse. She just wrapped you on your ding dong. Yo, what's up? What's crappening? I think she hungry. She wants some of that meat. Wake your ass up. It's time to go to work. Weaknesses. Fuck. Hey man, wake your ass up.
Good. Tell me to go back into my room.
Okay, so I think you have to go back to the field you were in and score some meat. Oh yeah, she can't eat any of that.
Okay.
Hey, you want this bone? Hey girl, you want this boner?
There you go.
Sure that will sustain you for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wish the radar was better about like putting the orange dot like signifying that you need to go back to that field. I think is to the top. Instead of like, hey, obviously I know the goal is feeding her. Can you tell me where to go get food for this bitch? I shouldn't say that. She's not a bitch. She's just hungry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm apologizing to the video game character. You shall not pass. Hey man, can you get out of the way? Thanks. Remember if I was grinding here for a while? I don't know, it should be fine. I don't think you really have to grind until you're actually, if you actually decide to fight that final boss. I mean, not final, the secret boss. Which there's other enemies in that field you can fight without fighting that boss. Kick that dog's ass right behind you. Bang bash. Bang slap. That dog threatened you. I think he's kind of acting rough, you know what I'm saying? Don't laugh at that, it's not funny. Also, pretty solid music so far.
Oh,
We're only in one section of the game. It gets so good from here.
I mean, in all honesty, I love all of the old school RPG soundtracks.
Oh yeah. FF6 has some great music. Chrono Trigger. Some great music in Chrono Trigger, especially like battle themes and everything. Oh god.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh.
You know, did I tell you how like the first time I beat Chrono Trigger was on my phone? I owned an iOS, and I found out there's an iOS version for like $10 or something. There's a handful of some classic JRPGs on Android and iOS. I think I have Chrono Trigger on this phone. I play it every now and then if I'm like chilling in an appointment, you know, waiting for something like that. But that was the first time I actually got to actually play it and beat it, which is weird because they have like a touchpad control thing on it. And I remember I got to the that huge like I think it's like a thunder golem or something on that huge mountain. Oh my god, that dude whooped my ass for like an hour straight before I finally, and it sucked because he was such a roadblock, because you're like, I had saved the game like a decent point like before you actually have to fight him, but it's like there's nothing else around you because like the game doesn't really it's not like FF or other like where you're just running around the overworld and you run into enemies. It's like once you clear out enemies, they're pretty much gone. So it's like, hey, if you're not strong enough to fight this enemy, I'll figure it out, man. Oh, I think, okay, so I think the Scareface It does low attack. It does some status infliction, but it can hit multiple enemies within that square. I don't think we've used it yet so far.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, this will be your first one. So instantly you can kill that dude. And you dealt some damage to him. So it's what we like to call a twofer. And he's vulnerable to you.
Thought it was a dog, but it's a.
I think that was like a mammoth calf.
Yeah.
You are victorious.
Yeah, that's some classic. I feel like if you've ever played a JRPG, like that's gonna be forever ingrained in your head.
Oh yeah.
There's like an indie game called Dodgeball Academia that I recently played and beat. It's pretty fun. It's pretty good. It's you're a kid at a boarding school about dodgeball, and it's. I mean, there's RPG elements to it, but the way combat is, it's just dodgeball. You're moving your character around, and sometimes the balls will have special abilities. Like there's like, and you don't decide what they are. It's just every time you're in a random battle or something, there might be like a bubblegum dodgeball to where when you hit someone with it, they're stuck in place for a while, or if they get hit with a poison one, does poison damage. Really fun game, but there's definitely like a lot of leitmotifs borrowed from other big JRPGs. Like I think when you level up, the music is very reminiscent to. It's not exactly the same, but they're definitely paying their homage to it.
Oh yeah.
And it's really fun, simple game. It doesn't take that long to beat. I think it took me like a day or two, like playing at a decent pace, and I did like most of the side content in the game. And it was just fun, little quirky game. It's like Final Fantasy, like I would say for the most part, really good series overall. Like I mean, there's some spin-offs that aren't that super great, and when they start doing sequels, I mean, I think FF10 is probably the first time they actually made a sequel to a Final Fantasy game. Which I think, from what I've heard, because I haven't played it yet, I have the remaster on here, that FF10 and 10-2 are really good. And I've heard not good things about FF13 trilogy. So I don't know if I'm looking forward to playing that one. But Final Fantasy is just, as a whole, is just iconic. I mean, same thing with Dragon Quest.
I did like in 10. I love the mechanics of it, and then the job mechanics of Final Fantasy X-2. Both of those were just amazing.
Yeah, I don't think I've played an FF game where you actually have to mess with the job mechanics all that much. I mean, if you want, I think you can go back and give her the meat, or you can keep fighting these enemies if you want to grind out a little bit, maybe level up. But yeah, I don't think I played any of the FF games that actually have like a job system in them. I know in FF6, I remember because there's the espers, and you attach those to the characters, and then as characters level up while using the espers, they get permanent access to magic spells, if I remember correctly. If not, I think the magic is attached to the espers. So if you equipped like Leviathan, you'll have access to Leviathan spells as well as the summon. So I don't remember exactly how that works. And of course, I feel like everybody knows how materia management was in FF7. So
to me, the materia management in 7 was my favorite.
Yeah, because I feel like it skips the I guess the greater details or the more intricate details of how the job system works. It just goes straight to like, look, attach this to your character, level it up, here's your abilities and everything. I would say, yeah, most JRPGs I've played haven't really had an in-depth job system. I mean, closest one is Yakuza 7, and I don't even think I really fucked around with the job system that much. I think I changed one character's job to where she could be a healer, because there was no permanent healer out of all the party members, all their base, because they have their base unique to them skill job thing, and then there's like generic ones you can change to, and I'm like, I'm not really playing this game enough to really care about leveling up all these other jobs, so I'm not going to do that. And then, man, playing FF7 remake, so I got the platinum for the base game, and I beat hard mode, and that hard mode is very hard, very hard. Going to that, you at least want to make sure you at least have like 1 or 2 chakra material, which is what the individual heal, and then you have prayer, and that's the group heal. You want to make sure at least 1 prayer is completely maxed out, and then during the course of hard mode, since it gives so much more XP for everything, then you can worry about getting all the other ones up. But it's like, man, like those things come in so much handy, because I think I told you how like the MP doesn't recharge unless you complete like a sub story or like you reach a checkpoint within the chapter. Is that all you had to do? Just feed her that 1 piece of schmeat?
I ended up feeding her 2.